Hi everybody! So I wanted to do another training really quickly on the power of threes. Now this is a document that I am sending to you via email. So if you have not printed this document, I want you to pause this video. I want you to open your inbox and look for the Power of Threes email, and I want you to print this out and have it in front of you so that while I'm going through this training, you can see the document, because lifting it up like this, and I don't even think this is in the correct image for you to understand, would not serve us well. So go ahead and do that. So when you're looking at this document, on the top left is, the left side of your document, it says a schedule, a time schedule from 7 a.m. till 12 a.m. And what I want you to do is I want you to really try. I am guilty of not doing this very well because I work at home and Phoenix, my baby, is home all day with me. But I want you to try the best you can to write down your work hours. Okay, so your work hours are going to be your power hours, and during those power hours you need to get done your power of threes. You need to get done your 3 vital behaviors, basically. So you need to do your personal development, you need to do your invites, and you also need to be connecting with a lot of people. And so this sheet is really going to break that down for you, and it's awesome. So go ahead and schedule in your work hours for Beachbody, and then the rest of the time you can also put in like your other, if you have a regular job, you can fill that in. If you have sports events to attend for your kiddos, go ahead and put that in. If you want to plan your errands or your taking care of the house, things like that, go ahead and put that in. And also schedule in some downtime, because you do need to relax. You cannot have your business on your mind 24/7, because trust me, you'll burn out that way. So make sure to utilize that left-hand side. And it doesn't really have to take the place of any calendar that you're already using. If you really like your calendar and you're doing it well, then go ahead and just fold this sheet in half and just slip it inside your agenda that you already are using, and you're documenting your time for the day, okay? But the importance is to document your time, because we don't want to waste time. We are entrepreneurs and we need to use our time wisely. So the right-hand side talks about new coach homework training, and so I really want you to start listening to the national wake-up calls on Monday mornings. And if you can't make them on Monday morning, then you can also listen to the callback line, or you can wait until they put it as a link, and you can download the MP3 and you can listen to it at your leisure. But I really suggest, because we have other calls throughout the week, I really suggest you try to listen to either at the National Wake Up Call live or later that day, and just, start your Monday, start your week off right by getting motivated by top coaches, or sometimes our CEO or master trainers are on their training, okay? The next box below that says social media posts, and it says recommending 2 to 4 per day. Now I use this to track what I'm posting. So I typically, and we talked about this in our first training, I try to post something either humorous or inspirational in the morning, and then I like to post either my lunch idea, like a recipe, or my workout, something that's more fitness or nutrition related. I love to post something about my family. I'm also, posting pretty regularly about business, and then faith. So anything that gels with me and kind of shows my lifestyle, that is what I'm going for. But I also track on here when I'm posting on my profile page, which is just like your regular Facebook page. when I'm tracking on, or when I'm posting on my like page, and then also when I'm posting on Instagram, because those are my 3 main outlets. And now I'm also on Periscope, but that's like a whole nother bag of goodies. So I'll wait for that for another training. So that's where I write down, I track, what posts I'm doing. Now, to get to the nitty gritty, the power of 3's is in this right-hand side in the middle box. This is critical. This is critical. So, your power of 3's. And this, I want you to set a timer each day. I like to set 45 minutes because that is pretty much ideal to me in terms of focusing. So what I try to do is I try to get through these, and if you count it out, it's 15 contacts, all in 45 minutes, okay? So you want to add 3 new people on Facebook. You're going to be looking at your friends of friends. You're going to be reconnecting with old acquaintances from high school, from former places of employment. You can even be on mommy groups in your area. You can be on boards that just interest you. So say that you love books and you want to join an online book club. So you just want to be connecting with new people. And there are other trainings about social media, specifically about how to build your network via Facebook. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that in here. But you basically want to be adding to your contact. The second part is to message 3 people privately, and you want to be using the form method, F-O-R-M, form, and that is when you are reconnecting or connecting for the first time with someone in your Facebook inbox, Facebook Messenger. What you want to be doing is you want to be asking about family, about occupation, about recreation, and just really trying to start a conversation and go back and forth and genuinely show interest, because that's the goal, is to get really interested in the lives of people so that way we can find out if we can be of service to them. Okay? And so then the last part is your message. So if you are naturally having this great conversation and maybe it comes back to, hey, well, what do you do? Because there's reciprocity in the conversation and they ask what you do, you can say, well, I'm actually a health coach and, I love what I'm doing. I am losing weight. I'm getting, so much healthier and I love what I do. If you'd ever be interested in hearing more, I'd love to share with you. And that's not scary and that's not salesy or pushy. It's just, conversation. So get used to that, because that is going to really expand your market fast. The third one is to invite 3 people to a challenge group. You should always, always, always have something in the future, in the near future, that you are inviting people to. So whether it's a free challenge, which for your first one, you are going to do with me. And so free challenges are typically 5 to 7 days, but they can go as long as 10 days, or you could even run a month-long one. But I think the best example is like a 5 to 7 day. And then also you want to be inviting to the challenge group that we set as a team at the beginning of each month. And so it's never really too early to start inviting, because I think that a really good rule of thumb is that for every 10 people, 3 might show interest in your challenge group. Maybe 3 to 5 might show some interest, but really only like 1 or 2 out of those 10 are going to get to a place where they commit. That doesn't mean that the other 8 or 9 people won't ever commit or won't ever join your challenge, but it's highly likely that in your first time out, like your first time talking to them and really engaging them in the idea of a challenge group, the chances are they're going to say no, but it won't be no, never. It'll just be no for now, okay? Then the next one is to follow up with 3 people. Now, if you're on day 1 of trying this out, then you're probably going to be doing a lot more forming, right? And also trying to add to your network versus inviting and following up, because you don't really have a lot of people in your funnel yet. So, but when you start getting good at forming and also inviting, then you're almost always, every single day, you're going to have people that you're following up with, because following up is when they message you back. Or following up can be like, let's say you haven't heard from them, you never heard back. After 24 to 48 hours, you can send another message and just say, hey, I just wanted to make sure that you got my message and to see if you had any questions or whatnot. And so you're following up. And kind of a funny, I guess it's almost cliche, but the way they say it is fortune is in the follow-up. And I 100% believe in that, because not everyone is on Facebook all day waiting for your message, and they get busy, and sometimes they read it, but then they go off and do their own thing, and they really mean to get back to you, but life happens, okay? They're not in the same business where they plug in and intentionally message back and forth with people, so they may have just forgotten. So if you follow up, even if it's scary, you follow up, you'll be surprised at how many people are like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I meant to get back to you, this is what I'm thinking, da-da-da, okay? And then the last one is to talk to 3 people about the business. Now, that sounds really scary, and we're going to do a lot more conversation or a lot more training on really introducing the business to people. So I don't want you to get too hung up on that right now. Right now, I really want you to really focus on forming those relationships, reconnecting with people, just having some fun, getting to have people know about your journey, sharing on social media, and just having fun with your new journey. I want you to be proud of being a coach. I want you to be proud of this step that you have taken. And so, but they're talking to the 3 people each day about your business, that will come, and it's going to be super, super important, because when you can build a team of coaches like I am doing with you guys, you're going to start seeing more volume in your business, and you're going to be helping. You're compounding the way that you help people, because I can only reach a certain group of people. But if I, along with you and you and you, and we all link arms, think of how many people that we can help end the trend of obesity. That's amazing. So you really want to be thinking long term and looking for people who might want to link arms with you. Now, the very bottom is it asks you if I commit that I took actions today that align with my goals and my desired life. And I always check that. Or if I feel, honestly, like I didn't do my due diligence, I didn't do the work, I circle it and I write down why. Like what didn't I do? So that I know that I can always do better. And not only that I can do better, but how I want to do better, or how I plan to do better. And then there's also a little night owl place where you can jot down ideas that you have for the next day. And then down here is just a simple checkbox where you check off that you work out and drink Shakeology, because remember, we are the product of the products. Read or listen to 10 pages or listen to 10 minutes of personal development. And remember what I said on our call is that, honestly, I don't think that 10 minutes is enough. I would aim for 20 minutes or more, okay? Because you really want to be developing yourself as a leader. The third one is to check in on your challenge groups, which you'll see, you'll start having multiple. You'll have a challenge group, you'll have a free challenge group, you'll have a coach group, you'll have, all of these groups that you need to check into. So it's really important to make sure that you're doing so. Check your team page for support. Check online office for new alerts. A lot of times that there's alerts about new products coming down the pipeline. There's alerts about trainings that are coming up, Super Saturdays, summit information, things like that. So you want to be checking that daily. And then respond to messages and emails. And the responding to messages and emails is part of the business. You're going to have people that are messaging you in different manners. So, okay, so that's your power of 3's. I hope that was helpful, and I will see what our next training is, but I hope that this helps for the purpose of this document. Okay? All right, bye.